Welcome to the Havoc Rundown.
Welcome back to another episode of the Havoc Rundown. I'm your host, Justin, and tonight we're diving into the world behind the camera, on the mic, and right into the middle of the action at NHRL. We've got a returning guest tonight, someone who's been part of this show since almost the very beginning. He first joined us all the way back on episode 3. That's right, episode 3 of season 1 in December of 2023, and since then, both his presence and NHRL itself have grown in huge ways. Well, he may not be the one running the social media accounts. He is the one in the most recognizable faces of NHRL, whether it's on stream and highlight clips or across the countless videos and shorts that bring the sport to life for fans everywhere. He's right there in the middle of the action, helping tell the story of every hit, every upset, and every unforgettable moment. And now with some of the biggest developments in NHRL history happening, including the launch of the Pro League, we brought him back. So talk about how things have evolved and what's coming next, what it's like being one of the voices and faces people associate with the league. So please welcome back the evil henchman himself, Sam Hanson.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Sam. It's awesome to have you back on. All the way back, episode 3. That was in 2003, 3 years ago.
Our first
And you can now
interview.
listen to it on YouTube.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
As always, I can't do this alone. Joining me tonight, it's the house himself. Please welcome Ryan Hunter.
Hello there.
Our creative lead and webmaster general, Tony Baker.
Hey, everyone.
And if we knew what he was going to say, it wouldn't be as fun. It's Thomas Carroll.
I don't know what to say. I'm honored.
Okay, so we have an awesome episode ahead, but before we get into all of that, we will start with the icebreaker that we have every episode, and we're going to head over to Ryan's Game Corner. What do you got for us tonight, Ryan? You've been pumping this game up, and I want to see what you've got brewing.
I am super excited for this one. All right. So we are going to play Who's That Henchman? It's a custom built for our guest game. And here's how it works. I'm going to read a vague henchman perspective plot summary of a movie. And your job is to be the first to ding in and name the henchman that is being described. But there is an evil twist to this.
No.
I have a new rule set. I'm going to call it Be More Specific. That means when you answer, it is not safe. Someone can then ding in afterwards and be able to add more detail. They get an additional point and steal your point. So if you want your points to be safe, be very specific with your answers. Make sure you put things in like the movie title and are very specific with what the henchman's name is. All right. So,
Very diabolical of you, Ryan.
very much. And if nobody figures it out, as always, the house gets a point.
Okay.
And I always love when that happens. All right.
No.
Everybody
Can't let that
understand the game? Everybody got their own dings in their own heads?
Yeah.
Oh, I got
Sure.
a ding in the head.
Okay. Okay. So, round 1. You are part of the most powerful organization in the galaxy. Your boss is basically in charge of everything, and you personally are the chosen one. The plans for your planet-sized weapon are stolen by some thieves. Now you're sent to clean it up, but between your old mentor, your long-lost children, and a space cowboy showing up, this is getting way more complicated than what your job should be.
Ding.
Dang.
All right, Justin was first.
Darth Vader?
Okay. Okay, Justin gets a point. Would anyone
are
like
you
to be
looking for,
more
like-
specific?
Actually, it's Anakin Skywalker.
I am willing to give Sam the extra point. Would anyone like to be more specific?
Nah.
Are you looking for which movie,
Wait.
like the first movie
Yeah.
that he's in?
It
Or
was in-
Okay, Tony.
It was in episode 4 of Star Wars.
What is the full title, Tony?
A New Hope.
Okay. So, yes, Tony is going to get 2 points. Episode 4, A New Hope, Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker is the full answer here. All right? Does everybody get now how this is going to work?
Yeah, as long as
Sweet.
the house
I
is
got
not
2
getting
points,
points.
so that'll be all I get.
Okay.
Wait, Ryan,
Okay.
Are we allowed to interrupt you with our dings? Is that a thing? We gotta
You
wait
are
for the
not. You have
question?
to wait until I finish.
Gotcha.
Okay. Next. Life is good. You and your many, many identical coworkers serve a grumpy genius who suddenly decides the moon would look better in his pocket. Job 1. We need to steal back a shrink ray from a younger, flashier villain. Somehow this turns into adopting 3 tiny humans and running a cookie-based infiltration scheme. The moon gets grabbed, tears are shed, and now we're doing a rescue mission instead of crimes. Banana?
I mean, I know who it is,
Did-
but someone's gonna take my my extra points.
Yeah, that's why I was like pausing for a sec. I don't know how much detail. I could try and add as much detail as possible.
It's up to you.
That's
Who
kind of
wants
the
to
point.
dig in?
Okay, ding.
Okay.
Despicable Me. It's the
Yeah.
Minions. The
Yeah.
first Despicable. Bob, Stu, and Phil. I want to say is the third one, or the 3 main ones. I'm trying to say if someone else has more detail than that, like
There is Justin got one detail wrong if anyone would like to steal it from him.
what?
I've got nothing.
All right. I'm going to give Justin the point. The Minions' full names are Bob, Kevin, and Stuart.
Kevin.
Bob, Kevin, and
not
Stuart.
Phil,
But
Kevin.
Justin
Yep.
gets a point there. Okay. Next. Your boss loves 2 things: gold and overcomplicated plans. The idea is simple: break into a very secure vault, remove all the guards with gas, and make the gold inside worthless so your boss becomes rich somehow. Unfortunately, a very persistent agent shows up and he seems very offended about the whole dead girlfriend situation. To cap it off, let's hope your pilot coworker with a funny name doesn't betray you.
Now, I got a
Dang.
question. Wait, are they removing the guards who are in possession of gas, or are you removing the guards via gas?
Do
They
you not
were-
remember
the-
this insane?
Guards are removed via gas.
Okay, so this isn't the other one where the guards had gas and they're being removed. Got it.
No. All right. Who would like to ding? Who has a ding?
007 ding 007 Goldfinger.
Okay. That is one detail. Can anyone be more specific? It is Goldfinger. The movie is Goldfinger.
I'm trying to remember what the coworker's name is in this one.
I am not looking for the coworker's name. It is not appropriate for this podcast. It is one of the least appropriate names in all of 007 franchise.
Really? Now I gotta look up which one it is.
Well, after the question. You
After
might
the question.
Yeah, no, I know.
extra information.
Yeah.
I don't have any additional details.
Can-
007 Goldfinger. His name is Goldfinger.
Yes.
Fort
His name is
Knox,
Goldfinger.
He's trying to make all the gold in Fort Knox not worth anything. I know it's Fort Knox he's going after.
Does anyone know the name of the henchman?
Nah.
I only know one. Is it Odd Job?
Yes, Sam, it is Odd Job. Sam has stolen the points.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for GoldenEye.
Classic.
Banned character, too short or something.
Yes.
He's too
The-
good.
The plan is to knock out all the guards with nerve gas and then place a dirty bomb inside of Fort Knox, not to steal the gold, but to make the gold so irradiated that you can't go and get it, so it is worthless. Making your boss, making Goldfinger rich because he owns a majority of the gold that is not in Fort Knox.
Except for, and as people have pointed out when reviewing this movie, that's not how our gold system works.
Yes.
It's our system of currency is based on the gold that's in it, not gold that you can literally just
Yeah.
go in and grab. Like that's
Yeah.
not how the system works. So
All right. Next.
No, actually, our system is based off of gold and GoldenEye rules. So, yeah, checkmate.
You work for a very dramatic guy with a serious case of middle child syndrome. His big plan? Become king by killing his family. Your job? Handle one baby. Just one baby. You fail immediately. Now that baby is a full-grown problem who keeps accidentally ruining everything. You try monsters, traps, distractions, even hire a professional romantic interest. Surely he won't fall in love and gain strength from his own selflessness. That would be wildly inconvenient.
Huh.
Oh,
Does anyone have any ideas?
No.
I don't. It's like I'm picturing the movie, but I can't. Anyone got anything for this?
Wait, yes, it's Paul Blart Mall Cop, and since no one has anything more accurate, then I am currently the point holder.
You need to be correct in your answer before you get points.
It's clearly Paul Blart Mall Cop.
It is not Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. Marley and Me.
Hercules.
Space Jam.
Yes, Justin, it is Hercules.
Man, that's so close.
Does anyone know the name of the henchman in...
I do.
Sam, what is it?
Pain and Panic.
Yes, Sam, it is Pain and Panic.
Oh, thank you, Corey, for that little nugget. Corey Nation named our multi-bot from New Zealand Pain and Panic after the henchman from Hercules. I never
exactly
known that.
Okay, one last round. Are we ready?
Oh, I looked up the girl from Goldfinger, and is exactly the one that popped into my head. Yeah. I was like, I connected the two, and I was like, what's the worst one? It's that one. Is it that one? Yes, it is that one. It is literally that one. It's the one you're like, that's her first name? Really? Okay.
And what's her last name? Wow, okay. All right, next round. Your boss disappeared years ago, so naturally you stepped up and turned his evil empire into a sleek, modern corporation. You diversify into the most evil things you can imagine. Gas refineries, oil tankers, coffee corporations, and most evil of all, media conglomerates. Evil but professional. Now he's back to screw everything up and get foiled by his nemesis. This is bad for business. This is very bad for business.
Ding, if nobody else has it, Austin Powers, the spy who shagged me, when he comes back from time, right? Isn't it is it the second one? Is it it's one of the Austin Powers, because it's number 2 who takes over the business and then he comes back and messes it up. Right?
Yes.
Am I thinking right? Yeah.
You are entirely and completely right. I don't know if there's any extra details to be stolen here, so I'm going to have Justin have 2 points. And I am going to declare Sam is the winner for this round, as he was able to take advantage of all of the extra points. All right. So that's the game corner this week. Thank you, everybody,
the house
for
cats,
playing.
how many points?
0 points. The house currently has 0 points.
Ashley will be very happy.
All right. Well, that's it for the game corner this week.
All right. Not bad. I thought the only henchman I knew worked at NHRL or for Austin. I was like ready with a Rob and a Jim and a Colin.
Which henchman do you feel the most like every day?
From that list?
Yeah, from that list.
Oh my gosh, probably Pain and Panic.
Oh god. I like it. Okay, very cool. Nice game corner. I love that game. I'm not sure about the extra detail thing, because I did get my points stolen away from me, but we'll see.
I like that part.
I am enjoying it. I'm going to bring that back. I really like that.
That should be really cool in the little shorts we're going to do with them.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get to that. I have a segment for you, Tony, at the end to update on everything.
Oh, okay.
So we'll get to that point. Okay, so before we get to the 5 in focus, Sam, we wanted to check in with you about your position as henchman, what's going on in NHRL. So my first question, as far as this is concerned, is we had you on in December of 2023. That was the last time that we kind of interviewed you. You were one of our first guests. We're still getting our sea legs under us and trying to figure things out, figure out how to interview people. You were relatively new to the role at that point, correct? You'd been there for
23. I was about a year at that point, depending on the time of year. But
you've been there for quite a while now. So the first thing that I kind of wanted to touch base on is, how has your role evolved since 2023? Like, how has your role evolved from the first time we talked to you to now you being kind of, we're calling you the face of NHRL, because I mean, you're just everywhere as far as the social media is concerned. So how has your role evolved? What has it been like?
Oh, man. So when I first started, when I was first hired and moved up to Norwalk, it was to work for Eastern Standard, which is another company that Austin owns, and they're kind of like a support company for his network of companies that he owns in and around Norwalk. And so I got hired through the NHRL Discord. I fought at NHRL tournaments, so that was my pretty much full focus, even while working for Eastern Standard. But when I was doing that, it was a lot of hands-on fabricating, making stuff, building things that NHRL needed, that Austin's other companies needed, just for fun because there's stuff around the building. And it was kind of loose. Like, there wasn't a main directive, and I was kind of free to take it any direction I wanted. And I wanted to be on camera kind of from the get-go. And so the first opportunity to do so was like a video about the rules. And and I did all right. And every other opportunity that popped up, I would try and take it. I think it was 23 was the first year I announced for a new bots event. And I haven't missed an event announcing since. And but beyond that, other stuff has popped up through when I started working full-time for NHRL. I came on to be the manager of fan experience. So I was responsible for activations throughout the building that were outside of the tournament. So stuff for kids and like partnerships with STEM orgs and like maker spaces, stuff like that, bringing in food and like caring about the feedback that we would get from the in-person fans and trying to address that, of which there was a lot. There's always stuff to fix, and I fixed a good bit of it. But I don't think I was ideal for that specific role, and brought in Casper, who's been great and really hit the ground running, and has taken on that fan experience and even more broadly overall experience in the building for both builders and fans. And when he came on, I was able to switch more full focus onto the content side. And so that has meant doing a lot with both short form and long form. And more recently, like experimenting with my own like henchman channel as well, and creating content outside of NHRL's pipeline, but in the orbit, and they all kind of work together.
I do love your Instagram evil henchman and everything like that. You're doing a really good job. Like I really enjoy your content, even the non-NHRL stuff. It's really great.
Thanks. It's there's like more to the sport than the tournaments, and like it or not, there's like a touch of a lifestyle to it, and it's cool to show off that side of stuff, like having fun in another way with like stuff that's in Fighting Robots orbit, playing with RC and motors and just building and printing and and braking. It's all cool, and it helps like broaden the perspective of what a fighting robot builder is, and like how fun the sport is.
It is such a huge community, and there's so many people that like are touching it in all different, like from different standpoints and everything like that. And it's really cool to like find out about people's like how they connect to it, and then how robots connect back into what they do.
Yeah.
And everything like that. It's really great. And also every once in a while you post something, I'm like, oh, I recognize that place. That's the island. Oh, okay.
It's the place.
Or the farm video that you did, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
How was it doing that?
Yeah.
That was pretty wild. I never thought I would be doing agricultural content with the Fighting Robot Company at NHRL, but prior to working up here in Connecticut, I managed the Baltimore Farmers Market and was part of a University of Maryland agricultural leadership program. So I felt very comfortable on the farm and knew some questions to ask. And it was kind of a treat to have the crossover. Like that trip was wild. The skate park stuff, like in between my periods of like fully focused fighting robots, I did a lot of tricks on bikes that sent me to skate parks. So like it really all came together on that trip.
We have a skate park in very close to us, and I've been thinking I'm going to take the weapon out of my Beetle and go up and down the ramps and everything like that.
Do you live by the one that Rob Zombie tried to shut down?
No, no, it's a tiny little skate park, but I wanted to make a video of sending my Beetle up and down ramps, and then put Superman in the background of it, and then send it to Sam on the Discord and challenge him to a skate battle.
Dude, the secret, you gotta leave the weapon on, put a dummy blade on, no teeth, and then your throttle control for your weapon, you can like control your angle in the air, so you can really hit those transitions, air to fakie on the quarter or whatever.
Yeah. You can have I have a PLA blade for Reaper.
I don't spin up with it, but it'll explode.
I've never tested with it, but I have a couple PLA blades from when I was first designing the blade, and I wanted to actually like have it in my hands. I was printing them out of PLA, but
I'm thinking of just making a cage over the weapon, the actual like the motor and everything like that. So you get the gyro, but nothing happens if you touch it, basically.
Yeah.
So what is it like being, because like I said, we are referencing you as the face of NHRL, one of the most recognizable faces in combat robotics now. What has it been like having that persona, just like taking that on as like this sport has evolved and become bigger and bigger and bigger and more important, and you're like NHRL's like front facing MC, their social media guy.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of responsibility, because I'm like the first touch point for a potential like new generation of builders, and you don't want to let them down or set them on the wrong path. So like you want to maintain like a positive representation of both yourself and the organization and the sport itself. And I think that there's like so much value to that, and like I don't take it lightly, but I do still try to take things lightly, and to balance the two. I think I pull it off, but I'm not for everybody. There's haters out there in the YouTube comments.
Yeah, I'm a hater.
And like your face is out there and your gray mustache is out there, and people like to comment on the way you look and the things you say. And I don't think that I'm not famous. Like I don't get recognized outside of robot competition related stuff that frequently. but it has happened, and it's weird but cool, and I get excited.
Can't you at this point say that you've been on ESPN though? Like you could say I've been on ESPN at this point, right?
Yeah,
Technically,
I've been on ESPN at this
That's
point
pretty
a couple
cool.
times.
That's really pretty cool. I don't know. I think you do a great job. I really think like your persona at this point has really become that like NHRL like fun, but at the same time like if I didn't know you, if I had never met you before and I watched a video with you in it, I think this guy is fun, but this guy knows what he's talking about and he's like excited. And that's like the best part of it. Because especially from like a builder and a fan perspective, that's all I want in a presenter is somebody that's like knows what they're talking about, is fun and is excited for it as much as I'm excited for it. I want them to be excited for it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
thank you.
I completely agree with that. You have this I'm trying to think of the right words for it, but you have this very energetic personality that draws you into whatever you're talking about and gets you even. I don't want to call like if you're talking about the like the bracket or just like some specifics on that, it's very easy for someone who's not excited or doesn't have the personality to make that sound boring or not put any kind of life into something like that. And I think your personality lends very well into getting someone excited for something that may not be as exciting if you're just looking at it. And I think you're really good at doing that and just getting that information into giving it more of a take that goes into the whole excitement of the entire event. So,
and I think that comes across because it's real. Like I get stoked during tournaments. Yeah. I get so hyped. I cry during tournaments. I feel it all. Like it.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
and that's what's required. Like that's what's needed. You can't just have like a fake face there. You have to have someone that actually feels it and knows what goes into it. You've built you know the mechanics behind it. You know what goes into these robots and what it means to win, what it means to lose, what it means for your baby that you spend so much time on to get flamed and melted. And so it comes across when you're doing your on-air personality. So
thank you.
So I wanted to quickly also touch on you're there behind the scenes at NHRL. There's a lot of things going on. I know there's a lot of information that's come out, and I'm not asking for any secret information, but you want to just talk about like, well, Thomas says, do you want to just talk about like Pro League and some of the exciting things that are going on in NHRL and how NHRL is like trying to improve upon the sport and make everything like just your aspect behind the scenes and what, like I said, you don't have to, we're not asking for secret information, just like what it's like developing Pro League, what it's like behind the scenes, actually, trying to make this sport at the next level and then the next level and the next level, like just trying to level up every single day.
Yeah. Primarily my focus with Pro League is like how to communicate like the tournament structure in video form and build hype and get people excited and get prepared for whatever new platforms may come. And so I'm mostly focused on that side of stuff, but it is cool to see like the leveling up that people are looking into for like the experience around the building and in the bowl and with the graphics packages and the trophies that are coming. And I know we were a bit late with the like payout structure to get announced, but I'm stoked on where that's at. And I think it's cool that everyone gets a piece of the pie, and the deeper you go, the more you get.
Can you talk about that system a little bit? Because that's really interesting, the like pay per fight and for like different things you do. Like how did that come about? Like that whole structure, because I know people were talking about it, about the fact that like, oh, it's not just you win all your fights and you get to the end. There's actually more that goes into the prize structure than that. Like, how did that come about? The kind of thinking behind that.
And you could get a prize. Sorry, and you could get a prize for like the biggest hit of the day. I think it is.
Yeah.
Too, which is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, superlatives are always fun, and it's fun to win them, and it's fun to not go for it and get it by surprise. But beyond that, I think it was like a builder-driven desire to spread the wealth a bit and not have it all like at the very like grand champion level. And so we wanted to make sure that the further you progress, the more you were rewarded, but still make it so that everyone that participated got something.
Yeah. And like I said earlier, you put so much into a robot and then you may not win, but at least if you got a certain amount far into a tournament or any of those superlatives, you walk away with something you're like, well, I tried and I got something cool for it, and I think that's cool. I like it.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, the prelim rounds, the winnings that you get could buy maybe a component. So it's not like a make or break thing. Like
but it's not
just
nothing.
A little sweeter. Yeah,
it's not getting completely destroyed and walking away with nothing but a pile of parts. So
taking it all is a significant chunk that could fund an entire build.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. I really like the big chunk at the end. And you I'm not going to press you on it because I'm sure it's not something you're actually supposed to reveal, but you said trophies. And I'm very curious if that means something besides a dumpster, but I'm not going to press you on it. I don't know.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just picturing.
All right.
I'm just picturing like the boxes that you make for. I think you were making them for a long time, or still make them for the end of the year, like the championship,
yes.
or like I'm just picturing
Sparkies.
that. So I get
the Sparkies.
Yeah, the Sparkies. Like, we don't have to go too much more into that, but that's kind of what I'm picturing when you say trophies.
It's different than the Open, and it's different than the World Champs.
Okay, well that's actually leads into my next question.
It's different
what should
than
fans?
the Sparkies.
Okay, what should fans expect from the first event in May? What is going to make pro event different than a regular event?
We're gonna shift our streaming structure a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what the format's gonna be, but the group stages into the play-in round for some of the fields is different than our open tournament with the prelims and then KO show and prime time. So that's going to be a bit different. Group stage dynamic is going to change how people prepare. And like the bots that are confirmed are sick, and I'm stoked for them. So like the earlier you're confirmed, the sooner like hype stuff can start coming out, and we can start creating stuff around the builders that are coming and the bots themselves that are coming as well. And just like the presentation of the stream itself is going to be different, and the in-person like in-bowl experience is going to be better, and that's just for the one here in Norwalk.
Right.
Awesome.
So you're not. I know you're not on the production side specifically, but is it going to be? It's not going to be the same structure of like Brett Zone during the day and then switch over to another. Like it's going to be more of a unified stream.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how it's going to be structured because there's reasons not to have like a full length, like a full tournament length stream. So I'm not 100% sure how it's going to break down, but I know it's going to be a little different.
Okay, Sam, but what's one really cool thing that you can't tell us about? Like one really cool, secret, juicy thing you can't tell anyone about. Just say it, we'll bleep it out. It'll be great.
Okay, hold on one second.
That's not legally binding.
We will bleep it out, though, if you do say something, actually.
Wow, I can't believe it, Sam. Really?
Yeah, but magnets are banned.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That makes sense.
See, I thought that was going to happen.
So we have I guess me specifically, this is just a side because you said magnets, but we have been doing this thing. I don't know if you've caught it on our YouTube at all. Called Havoc TV, where we're watching older matches and whatever. And I don't think I've watched as many of the metal floor matches as before. And I think when we talked to Corey, he was talking about the metal floors as well. And now I am on a crusade for metal floors for NHRL. How likely, would you like to see NHRL move away from the wood, or does the wood make NHRL very, very unique in the fact that it just needs to stay for all time?
We've officially seen you fight on metal floors now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I enjoyed it. And
Yeah.
I like that magnets were banned for that tournament. Obviously not magnets in your motors. I understand that they're there. But I wouldn't say never.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to have like a steel floor invitational or something to like really try it out before fully committing to it. And there's also it's worth trying out. It's worth trying out.
Okay.
Steel Floor Invitational sounds like something from the WWE. Like, it's the Steel Floor Invitational.
Invitational.
Yeah, no, that definitely sounds like a wrestling thing. Okay, very cool. Is there anything that you want the builders or listeners to know about Pro League or anything more coming up in NHRL? Because we're going to get into the 5 in Focus, which is more focused on you. But anything about NHRL that may not have been maybe communicated as well over the Discord, or anything you're excited about that you really want people to know about that you can talk about?
I think the communication issues are something that we're certainly aware of and looking to resolve and not have be an issue with the pro tour events going forward. And definitely heard your feedback and understand where folks are coming from, and we're looking to be better and get the timelines down better and lessons learned. So and beyond that, get your confirmations in as soon as you can. I know we have a deadline of May 1st, but the sooner the better, from my perspective, as far as making content about these builders in these bots.
Well, I put my confirmation in, so.
Oh, you got your wild card invite already?
I did.
For Manufacturers Recall version 2.
Yes.
It's a 30-pound walker.
Well, here you go. Are we influencer enough with a podcast? Can we just submit a podcast?
I've already confirmed.
As a podcast?
I'm taking the spot.
You can submit anything you want. Go for it.
Okay. Very cool. So that was that. So we are going to move over to 5 in Focus, where we ask 5 questions, one from each of us. So the first one that we have on our 5 in Focus actually comes from Ashley, who's not with us tonight. But this is a throwback to, so in season 1, Sam, I don't know if you remember this at all, but when we first started, we were doing an icebreaker, and the icebreaker was, who's that superhero? So Ashley's question is, would you still be Syrup Man given the chance? And what has Syrup Man been up to?
Oh, yeah. With the way the tariffs are going, and Syrup Man is necessary now more than ever. I haven't donned the mask in a long time, though, quite frankly.
You're just keeping all the syrup to yourself now?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna release some poison gas into the national syrup supply and make it all worthless.
See, that's not how our syrup economy works.
There was already a syrup heist. It was the opposite of that. They made it water, but there was a syrup heist. It is one of my favorite crime stories of all time.
More than the Kit Kats, the 3 tons of Kit Kats that were stolen?
No, if you don't know about the Canadian syrup heist, Canada has a strategic reserve of syrup, like literally millions and millions of gallons of syrup, right? And this group of people started stealing from it because they would take the drums, take all the syrup out, replace it with water. So it still had they still were full of something. And then they were selling all the syrup on the side. And it was it is this day, one of the biggest heists in all of history because they ended up making millions and millions and millions of dollars from this syrup that they stole. And they stole it from Canada, of course, and they came and sold it in America. It's one of the craziest stories and then the Mounties had to go find all the syrup thieves. It's like a whole thing.
Oh, you don't want to know what they did to the thieves once they caught them.
Oh, they put them in the syrup.
They gave them the old molasses wave.
They gave them the sticky.
If you had to build a combat robot based off of Syrup Man, that persona, kind of like Mark did with Tony Clifton, what would that robot look like?
It would probably be hydraulic, I guess, and use the syrup as the hydraulic fluid, and so when it gets wounded, it bleeds syrup.
Best smelling cage fire of all time.
Yes,
definitely.
You would put the lipos.
Shot.
Yeah, you would put the lipos in strategic places so they would get hit every fight. All of NHRL just smells like breakfast. Ryan, I have you going next.
Okay, my question is, I want to dive deeper into those side quest videos. How did they come together, and are there any plans for continuing the videos? I am a huge fan of them. I really enjoy them. They were pretty much exactly the sort of thing I watch on YouTube all the time. So I really enjoyed them.
Well, they came about from a Discord message from Connor down in New Zealand asking if I knew anyone that could do Robot Rampage. And I was chatting with Colin at the time, and we decided to do it. And then I proposed it to NHRL, and it kind of evolved through some group think, I guess, and a bunch of minds came together on it, and the influences were Top Gun stuff, and no, not Top. Dude, I don't watch the show Top Gear, and
Top Gear. Okay,
yes, yeah.
And his other show, The Great Something or Other. And I watched a few episodes of those, and we kind of landed on a story for it, where we go and try and help New Zealand out with our advanced American technology, and get shut down by them not needing it and us being bad at it, and it kind of worked. We were exactly bad at it, and they did not need our help whatsoever, and so we reached out to Connor and to the Robot Rampage team, and Nick and Jack and them, and they linked us up with Rocket Lab and with the Halter Farm, and we just made sure to stop by their places and kind of showcase the cool tech stuff that they've got going on, and trying to cast a wider net, because the number of people that are looking for specifically fighting robot combat is pretty small, and the number of people that watch YouTube are pretty big, and the wider the net you cast while keeping it in NHRL's orbit, you can bring people in through touch points that aren't specifically fighting robots, and you can reach people who don't know that they could be fans of fighting robots. And so that is the purpose of side quests. And I am excited to do more. It's a tough balance to hit. That was Colin, Danielle, me, and another person on the production side gone for 2 weeks. And so we all do other work as well for NHRL, so it's kind of hard to get the time to make it out. But I'm hoping to do it again this year, and I wish I could say more, but stuff still needs to be firmed up. So yeah, thank you for enjoying it. I wish more people have watched them because they aren't doing so hot.
Oh, that sucks. You guys did such a good job with them too. Like it literally felt like, what's his name? Like Tom Scott, I think his name is. Like it felt very educational and good. And I really hope that you guys continue it. Like I could really see you like maybe going or even around Connecticut and finding like very interesting things, because there's a lot of interesting stuff, even just within New England, that you could find a showcase. I mean, like hell, like Boston Dynamics is in Boston, which is like an hour and a half that way. You know, like
well, let's. Is it on the main NHRL? Because I don't think I've actually. So I'm one of the ones that have not watched it that have to go and watch this now. It's on the main NHRL YouTube page.
Yeah.
Correct?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let us use the power of our very small 500 YouTube subscribers and just say that if you're listening to this, you have not seen them, please hop over to the NHRL YouTube.
Yeah.
After finishing listening to this, hop over to the NHRL YouTube and watch the side quest. I'm going to do it. I believe in Ryan's endorsements. Anything Ryan has ever endorsed, I've always enjoyed. So I'm actually watching Malcolm in the Middle right now. Because I never watched it before. That's a whole. Yes, while recording the episode. So if you are listening to this, finish listening to this, and then hop over to the NHRL YouTube page and watch those. Because they sound awesome.
Okay, and Sam, while looking at the numbers, they actually are doing pretty decent compared to the rest of your videos.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
As crazy as that, like, your cow one has 60,000 views.
Yeah.
And some of your other videos only have like 2,000 views.
Yeah,
so
dude, long form is hard.
Yes, I know.
What I really want is I want to see Sam on a sub in Groton this year.
Oh,
that's
yes.
really what I want. I want to see Sam riding on a nuclear submarine.
Sam on a sub.
Okay, that's what I want to see.
I'll see what I can do. But we've got 2 more coming up from the New Zealand trip.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Sweet.
We fought in the tournament. There's content. We filmed the whole thing. So, and
you're still there.
They're fun. Yeah, I'm still there. That's why we're still putting out videos from there.
He's in his hobbit hole. Can't you tell?
Okay, Tony, you're next.
All right, so I just got back from Ireland, and they have a lot of sheepdogs. So I actually watched your video about the robot Boston Dynamic dog actually trying to herd sheep, and we've learned apparently that it's not a very good idea. I want to know what the dogs thought of the robotic dog.
They were curious. And the like shepherds were like, "Oh, if we weren't here, the dogs would tear that thing apart." And I
really,
the dogs were like a little wild. They were definitely a farm dog for sure. They spend a lot of time outside doing whatever they want, and then once they hear those whistles, they fall in line. But they were goofy dogs. I don't think they felt threatened in any way, shape, or form, and I don't know, like some people are commenting that they're stealing the dogs' jobs, but do dogs want to work? Like,
I
know believe it or not, yes. Like those dogs, like the one that we saw out there actually in Ireland doing it, like that dog enjoyed it. Like you could tell, like he was smiling, he was running, everything else. Like they actually really do want to work. Some dogs, yes, they want to lay around on the couch, but the working dogs, they want to work.
They're instinctually bound to chase sheep, I suppose. And those sheep are instinctually bound to run away. So it's like a good dynamic. And that's part of the reason why the robot dog didn't work, because it's not dog-like enough. It lacks the teeth and the bark and that other thing.
So sheep kind of look at it and go, what is this? What are you doing? Like, I don't
Yeah.
You could put a speaker on it and add a little bit of a woof to it.
Yeah, it talks every once in a while on its own. If it stays idle for too long, it reminds you that it's here. But,
that sounds so lonely.
Next time
I swear, I'm still here.
Okay, Thomas, your secret question.
All right, Sam. You've got 1 month, a car that's not going to break down, and enough money to pay for gas. Where are you going?
1 month? Oh,
Yep.
man. Okay.
I would be able to drive there. Or I guess take a ferry out with the boat, with the car.
Is it about the destination or the journey?
Destination and journey. You can go to one location, multiple, but you have to not crash because you drove for 48 hours straight.
I'm driving cross country. I'll hang out in California after the week of driving there.
Anywhere in particular?
Yeah, I'll hit up San Diego, and then if my car still works, I guess it still works. I could go up the coast.
It's gonna keep working.
Yeah, we'll do it all. San Diego to San
California?
Francisco.
Hell yeah.
So when I was graduating high school, I had grand plans of doing that at one point, and I was looking up like how long it takes to go from Connecticut to California and like where you can go and the best routes. And I had all these plans, which I don't know why. I had a POS Honda that wasn't actually mine, and I don't know why I had all these plans of driving across, but whatever. That's beside the point. But I wanted to go to California, and that would be a really cool trip. After looking into it a long time ago. But I agree with you, Sam. That would be a really cool trip to do as far as the road trip is concerned.
Highly suggest if you get the opportunity to drive cross country. This country is absolutely insanely beautiful, and there's so many amazing things out there that you never see when you just fly over to places. So absolutely suggest always, if you can drive cross country, take a trip and just drive.
The closest I ever got was driving from here to Chicago. And I remember at one point breaking out of the fields and having the lake, whichever lake is right there. I forget which lake Chicago is on, but the lake just right there to my right for like an hour and a half, 2 hours as you're driving that was an insane drive. So yeah, I agree.
And once you get past the Mississippi, Pennsylvania doesn't seem so bad.
Well, we drove from one side, and I told Ashley, who lives in Pennsylvania now, this we drove from one side of Pennsylvania to the other, and we kept on asking ourselves over and over again, is Pennsylvania done yet? Are we done with this state yet? Because it's literally like 6 hours of just driving through one state, and it just gets to be a lot.
Yeah, I think North Dakota took me just over 9 hours to go across North Dakota.
Yeah. It's insane. Okay, very cool. So that was Thomas's question. I have the last question in the 5 in focus. Mine is, Sam, being as close to the action as you are, is there a moment or fight that didn't get nearly as much attention as you think it deserved, and why did it stand out to you? And I'm sure there's probably a couple that come to mind that you wish that we had given more, or production had given more attention to, or that you thought deserved more attention than it got. But it's just like one or two that stand out to you that you think more people should watch or more people should have paid attention to.
I feel like if folks haven't seen it, they have to see Synthesis versus Booty Brigade for sure. That is the most iconic fight. That still gives me chills when I watch it, and I've watched it so many times. And I know it got its accolades. They won Fight of the Year, and it was in shorts and all that. But that fight is still so incredible. That is the best fight that we have ever had in any of our cages.
Hell yes.
He got close to almost topping that, I feel, with his golden for Synthesis 30. That fight,
Hot Honey fight.
Yeah. No, the was it that? Yeah, the last fight that he had, the championship
Ares.
fight. Yeah.
Oh,
Ares. Yes, the Ares fight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man. Oh yes. That one was great. That was great. It was great. But I don't know, the 2-on-1 nature, the just dismantling of both those champions. It's untoppable. The Synthesis v Booty Brigade.
It's crazy that Booty Brigade was in the box, period. And if you continue the context of not even all day that day, if you go back to when Booty Brigade was initially like announced to be a thing, like when it was come out, And everybody went, are you kidding that Booty Brigade is a real thing? Like, how is this possible? How is this allowed? What is going on? And then it started getting in the box and it started fighting, and everybody that had to fight it went, I don't want to fight that. That's crazy. Why is that fighting? And then like when we get to that fight and you go to Corey loading into the box and everything like that, after this full day of everybody going, Booty Brigade is this unbeatable, like they broke the rule. They broke the whole thing because they just went, oh, I could just put Lynx and Droopy in a box and then you can't beat me. And
we don't want to call it Corey because they were going by the letter.
They were
of the
within
rule
the rules.
At
That's
that
not
point.
what I'm saying. That but like if you put it in the context of how OP that was, and then Corey gets into the box in that moment, and with all that going behind him for the beginning of the day, and gets in the box and absolutely destroys them. Not like absolutely like takes out Lynx, and Droopy is like off in a corner, not being able to get anything. And then he takes down Lynx, which is a thing in and of itself. And then he goes after Droopy and absolutely like makes Droopy look like a beginner bot. Like Droopy looks like it can't hit at that point. It is nuts. I love that fight just as much. It is so good.
For me, I don't. The fight is amazing, but I think it's Corey's reaction after he wins that always gets me.
Yeah, that's part of it. That's part of it.
Yeah, that's what always gets me. Just fall into the floor like he did. Like it. Yeah. Yep. No, I agree with you. That's one. And I don't. If you're listening to this and you haven't watched that, I'm not sure why you haven't watched that. But like, there's shorts of it. There's however way you want to watch it. Reach out to Corey on Discord. I'm sure that he just sends you a file of it too. Like, however you get to watch it, make sure that every single person has watched that fight at least once, if not more than once.
With the past several podcasts that we've had, this podcast has just become a Corey love podcast because we just talk about how much we love Corey almost every single podcast.
Well, I mean, it's hard not to.
Oh yeah,
it is. He was supposed to be on last episode, and he had technical difficulties that made it so he wasn't able to. But and
then we spent the whole podcast hyping him up still, even though he wasn't there.
Just Cause Robotics revolutionized robot combat by bringing off-the-shelf hub motors to the world. Those designed to take any steel blade you want and slap them on a motor and be able to take the punishment and dish out some massive hits in combat. Now we bring you the modular hub motor drum system we call Scarab. Scarab is a 100mm wide, 65mm effective diameter drum with hardened S7 tool steel teeth, 2024 aluminum hub, fully modular with replaceable magnet rings that can be swapped out with 2 screws in seconds. This has been designed from the ground up to be the most modular and most repairable weapon system you'll ever find off the shelf. Check it out at justcauserobotics.com/scarab. That's JUSTCUZ robotics.com/scarab. Buy your Scarab today and get a free weapon lock tag with your order. Just make sure to add the tag to your cart, and it should cost $0. Check it out at justcauserobotics.com/s/scarab, or just Google SCARAB and Just CUZ Robotics.
Hey everyone, you're already listening, so you know the fights don't end when the episode does. But the Havoc Rundown now lives over at HavocRundown.com. Again, that's HavocRundown.com. That's where we're posting combat robotics news, hosting every episode of the show, and running the largest combat robotics bot registry that's ever been put together. Stats, history, teams, and results, all built to grow alongside the sport. We're also curating fight videos, rolling out community games, and dropping merch for anyone who wants to rep the chaos. And the 2026 Fantasy League is live right now. You can create your own Fantasy League for a full season or spin one up for a single-day event. Draft robots, track performance across events, and compete in a way that actually fits how combat robotics is run. This year, our focus is the sport as a whole. If robots are fighting, it belongs in the conversation. all leagues, all formats, all rule sets from local events to competitions around the world. We have got you covered. Thank you for listening, everyone. Let's get you back to the episode and back to the chaos right now. The last thing that we need to get into is we are going to see what our listeners have to say and go check our voicemail on the listener mailbag.
You've reached the voicemail of The Havoc Rundown. Please leave your message after the tone.
So if you are listening to these questions and you have never submitted a question and you are listening to the podcast, make sure to go over to our Discord, which you can find at the top right of our website, havocrundown.com, and go to the mailbag section, and we'll announce whenever we're going to have a guest, and you can throw a mailbag question that you want to ask that guest in, and it'll be read on the air and answered. So, as usual, and we make fun of him when he's not versed, Nick from Crafty Cat is the first one to ask a question here. And Nick says, Sam, as a beloved evil henchman, you've done a lot of different things for NHRL. If there's one thing in the space you could do with no mind paid to the practicality or how good you'd be at it, what would you still want to try?
Oh my goodness. I feel like I've been fortunate enough to like really be able to dabble in all the things that interest me. Gosh, I guess like I've held cameras and filmed. I've run the sky cams before. I've designed kits. I've I've been in every type of video we do. I've gone on the TV interviews for the league. Like, I'm gonna have to invent a new thing that we do. And it'll be I'm just gonna start a side series of invitationals, the Evil Henchman Invitational series, including the Steel Floor series and
I was about to say
Open and the Pocket Bot Battle. So I think that's it. Side tournaments, big entry fee, no refunds. All goes into the prize pool. Volunteers only. No one's getting paid. That sort of thing.
You got to act like it's a secret. Like Austin's not supposed to know that you're doing it. Like bouncers at the door, just like secretly.
It will be. I'm not supposed to be doing it. It will be a secret.
I like that idea though. That's very cool. And you know what? I think I don't. No matter where you put the cap on that, builders would totally be into any of that. Like you could turn around and tell builders like 2 months from now, we're having this one tournament with these very specific rules and all of the entry fees are going into a pot and whoever wins gets it. There's going to be a handful of builders who be like, okay, cool. I'm starting the CAD right now.
Okay,
all
sweet.
magnets.
That's good.
You're always going to get builders that are like, new robot. I have to build a new robot for. Oh, dang. I have to build a new robot.
Sam, do battle boats, Sam. Please make it real.
Bring battle boats back.
All right. You got it. I'll add it to the list. We've got like 3 or 4 now.
Austin's got an island now. There's no way that we can't do battle boats. He's got an island.
That event where they had the go-kart course set up, they also had a boat set up in the sound with remote control boats.
Oh,
there you go.
See?
The seeds have been planted.
Okay, so I think this is kind of in the same vein that we were just talking about, but Tom Farkas says, think there's a chance we could see a battle tournament in the same format as Beetle tournament in the same format as Robot Rampage. So the New Zealand Robot Rampage.
Absolutely. In the Evil Henchman Invitational series, it's going to be a pocket bot battle, which means it's a 3-pound robot that is either zoomorphic or anthropomorphic. And it's kind of set up like a Poke battle. You know, you got your team of 5. I guess we'll do 5. And,
do you have to be able to throw the robot into the arena? Like you can't just like place it down like a Pokemon battle. You have to yell "I choose you" and throw the robot in. It just has to be ready to go.
Yep,
That's that
like
part,
a little frisbee.
We still have to figure it out, that whole part of it, but but I wouldn't say there's never a chance. That format was cool, and it is cool. We liked it. Like the general NHRL consensus.
Corey seemed to really like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had nothing but very positive things to say about that format when we were interviewing him about it. So
he almost broke it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corey, what the heck?
Yeah, Corey.
So Will, why am I forgetting? I can't. Well, Marquez.
You gotta get this right.
William Marchese.
Marchese, yes. Sorry, Will. I know I always get your name wrong. I'm sorry. He says, "Hey Sam, during your time in NHRL, how is the company's strategy towards content creation and presentation evolved? Is there a type of video or event you'd like to see the company produce, assuming proper time and money are available?"
Yeah, it's constantly evolving. Like it's a matter of experimenting, and when you find success, you replicate it, and while continuing to experiment. And so, like, somewhat recently, we experimented with a different style of short form that really has popped off, and so we've been replicating that, and now we're like experimenting more in our long forms and doing the wide net with the side quest stuff. And so it's constantly evolving and changing, and I don't see that ever ending, really. And as far as more the type of video event that we'd like to produce, or I'd like to see produced.
Yeah, is there a type of video event you'd like to see the company produce, assuming proper time and money are available?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be selfish, but the side quest stuff was pretty enjoyable from my perspective, and would be fun to replicate. But it's gotta make sense. So in a world where it doesn't have to make sense, it's more of that. It's like going and experiencing the fighting robot scene around the world, and like really establishing fighting robots as a global sport, and not just something that's done in the States or in Norwalk or in schools or whatever. It's like it's everywhere, and the culture around it is varied but always positive. And we certainly experience that in New Zealand, and it'd be great to experience it elsewhere.
Very cool. So this is from Che. She actually asked two different questions. I'm going to ask two of them because I have a prediction on what your answer to the second one's going to be, and I want to see if I'm right. But her first question is, what is something you're passionate about outside of the world of robotics that we likely aren't aware of?
I like foraging. I got into mushrooms specifically. Like my first wild caught mushroom was a lion's mane, and that was on my very first foraging trip, and I got hooked after that. And and I've got like a pretty good catch rate, I suppose, with stuff. Since I moved to Connecticut, it's been harder in some departments, but easier in others. Like we're in the start of spring, and so ramps are popping up, and they are everywhere up here in Connecticut, and they were tough to find down in Maryland. But I was finding lots of morels in Maryland, and I haven't found one yet up here. So I'm still learning the woods up here, but I enjoy it. It's like a treasure hunt mixed with hiking, and that's a fun combo for my brain.
So my wife and I took a walk the other day. I think the trail was in Trumbull, but it was a trail through the woods, and there was the plants were coming up in the thousands along the entire path, like the 3 miles that we walked. And I had to look up what they were, and they were ramps, literally in the thousands of thousands along the entire path in the woods. So, those aren't that hard to find in Connecticut.
They're not, but I'm still like Maryland, conserve your patch brained. Like I'm really gentle to the patches, like one leaf only, and I never touch the bulbs. But I don't know if that's as important up here.
I've also heard through your content that you're into fishing.
Yeah, I enjoy fishing. Yeah. The fighting robot team that Colin and I we're on, It's called Ball Hogs, and it's been a group of individuals that have done a multitude of things under the same banner. So it started out as a fixed gear freestyle crew. We rode bikes, like track bikes, doing tricks in Baltimore. And then we switched to Baltimore's #1 urban fishing crew, looks wise. And we would just fish in city rivers and in the inner harbor and see what we could pull out. And we also fight robots under that moniker.
That's awesome. So her second question, I have a couple names that come up that I'm not sure who you'll say here, but who is someone behind the scenes at NHRL who you'd consider an unsung hero, either because you love working with them or they kick ass in the role that isn't visible, that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Is Danielle unsung enough? Y'all know who Danielle is?
I think a lot of the builders do.
Yeah. Danielle is great and like such a positive force, and we work together a lot on the content side of stuff. She does a lot of the filming, and she laughs at every single slightly funny thing I say, and that is motivating. And without that, I don't know. I'd probably be like 20 take Sam instead of 17 take Sam.
That's a pretty good nickname.
There's like everyone at NHRL does a zillion different things, and I don't know if everyone knows what I don't know everything that all my coworkers do. And I'm sure that the builders have like no clue the extent of the stuff people are responsible for. Like Colby and Casper and Bruce, and we've got a new guy, Matt, who's been grinding and like helping out on button boxes and in cage screens, and Josh is amazing at doing all the in-house drone work, and he's the like specific housebot driver during prime time, and he's good, and he also runs the robot driving experience during tournaments, and that is a lot of work. You're dealing with kids constantly, but you're also dealing with robots that need batteries changing and also stuff fixed, and we literally like let them fight each other. We have a battle hour for robot driving experience, and so that's a lot on him, and he always does it like a champ.
I was thinking like Aiden, like Brian, like there was a couple names that came up, like
Aiden and Eamon and Colin. They're on the eastern side of stuff, and they like NHRL wouldn't be the same without the eastern crew, and they're great. Like just this week, Eamon taught me how to use the powder coating rig that he built, and now it's like shifting how we do trophies and a lot of different things. It really opened up a lot for us, and like they just go hard all the time and are so helpful and like giving with their skills. It's like incredible.
Okay, very cool. Alex, who drives Cole on the Panda team, says, "Hi Sam, if Austin wrote you a blank check to build the craziest beetle weight possible, what would you build?"
Oh, I would build like a good spring-loaded hammer robot, like a good one, not like all the ones that I've built before, but a good one. And I'm sure the issue is the amount of money that goes into it, and not that it's a uphill battle from the get-go.
I like that answer. John, who drives Hydrox, says, "Hey Sam, super serious and important question. When you're working late at night on a robot or project, what's your go-to snack?"
It's ice cream, and it's Ben & Jerry's because it's ice cream and candy. And that's it.
Okay. That's a good answer for me. Yeah, I like that. Nora, driver of Under Destruction, says, "What are some of the best bloopers, behind the scenes stories you have from filming content for NHRL?"
My bloopers are usually just me saying the F word. But let's see, we were filming the most recent cold open, the fishing one, and I definitely broke one of the rods. The line snapped, and the robot that I was pulling out fell into the sound. and it's there forever now.
Oh wow!
Little lobsters just driving the robot around.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send a magnet out there eventually once I get over my magnet issues.
Don't ask Sam about his magnet issues.
Yeah, I was gonna say magnet fishing is probably an answer for that. Rain, who is the driver of Happy Birthday, says if you had to draft a 3, 12, and 30 for our fantasy league, who would be your picks overall, not just for May? I think Rain is trying to get your advice on who to draft for the May event.
Yeah. Overall, like not specific to the May event, I would probably run with a full Maryland crew. So probably Lars and Impact at the 3-pound level, and maybe Buzzkill and Liam at 12, and Brandon and Phenomenon at 30. Just honoring my roots.
Yeah, makes sense.
And they're also they're really good too, so that helps.
Yeah, it does. The entire any rebuilder comes from Maryland. Like Maryland churns out some really awesome robot builders. So
and some mediocre one.
Yeah. So actually, Danny says, "Hi Sam, how do you scratch the itch to build cool robots nowadays?" I think more of the question is, do you still build cool robots even though you're in like the social media side of things? Like, because we saw you compete in New Zealand. Do you still scratch that itch to CAD and build robots and design stuff?
I do, yeah. Sometimes it's like to fight at tournaments outside of NHRL. Like I did a G scroll at the end of last year, and sometimes it's for videos, stuff like Dreambots, where we'll take a kid's drawing and turn it into a real fighting robot, and that's something that I'm actually currently working on. So the itch remains scratched.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know that you've competed a couple of times, but yeah, I think that was more that you used to be more on the building side and you're more social media. So what is it more? Yeah, you answered the question.
I just have to make it a video if it's for work. Like I can't.
There you go.
For funsies. Yeah. And at home, I just make the time. I stay up late. I feel it excessively, and I make sure to take my CADs to the point of breaking fusion, and then that's how you know you're pretty much done.
There, yeah.
To be fair, we have seen your building area at not 50 at the other facility at 50 Day. That facility is a dream Roboteer facility. So I think anyone who's ever built a robot and could walk in there, I mean, I can imagine you can make a lot of dreams come true there as far as robot design.
We got a new building too, and that's where our massive fiber laser is set up, and the toolbox and the sandblasting station and the powder coating set up, and that's also where the lifts are. If you got to do car stuff, you can do car stuff there too.
My God,
that's sick. That is
a little
cool.
secret location that we can't talk about.
They're all within blocks of each other, 1 block of each other.
So what you're telling me is Austin is like Batman, but he doesn't go out and fight crime. He just okay, just make things, please.
Yeah, I mean, Man Mesa, the power plant island project that he's a part of is doing good stuff. I wouldn't say it's necessarily fighting crime in any way, shape, or form, but it is transforming a defunct coal power plant into a public park that's free for everyone to use. So good on him for that.
Yeah. It's super cool. I can't wait to see it finish and everything like that. But it's
just
super
like
cool.
NHRL. It's like different every time I go there. There's constantly machines in new places and stuff missing or stuff that's I've never seen before. it's pretty cool to see a project of that scale come together from nothing to where it is now, and I can't wait to see where it ends up.
Yeah.
So Brian asked a funny question. I sent him a GIF out. I made fun of him before, but he says, "Hi Sam, is Hanson your real last name or a stage name?" And I sent him the bop video from the Hansons because like, is this what you're talking about? Is this what your question is?
I mean, it's one of those two for sure. It's either a real name or a stage name. I will say, when I was a child, I had that same exact name on the back of my soccer jersey, and I think the band Hanson was a bit more popular back then. And I was asked, "Are you part from the Hanson family?"
Yes, yes, I am.
Yes, I am. And you all, if someone asks if you're famous, like a famous person that you aren't, you will always say yes, because what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, it's like one of the Baldwins that people don't actually know about, like one of those. He also said, what has been your most unexpected surprise in the way things have gone in the robot community since taking the job at NHRL? So one of the things that surprised you the most in the evolution of combat robotics since you took your henchman job?
Oh, well, prior to taking the henchman job, I was just like a builder. You know, I just like built robots and fought them at mostly Motorama and Franklin Institute. And so I never thought something like this would exist. And that was after going to the Lazy Toad Robot Club back in the day, like Fuzzy Maldwin's permanent fighting robot facility outside of Pittsburgh. So like I'd seen a permanent spot come and go rather swiftly. So I never thought something would come back and be so expansive and like and the amount of new people that I've seen get into it, just like from TikTok and from Instagram, is not something that I'd experienced in the past either. So it's like cool new entry points to the sport of fighting robots that didn't exist. Like when my generation of builders got into it, we were everyone watch BattleBots on TV. Everyone that's my age-ish that fights robots is here from Comedy Central. And it's cool to see the new crop of folks coming in from something that like I have a part of. And beyond that, just like the bots themselves have only gotten gnarlier. Like the weapons are exceeding the armor, it seems like, and it's like constantly pushing every little edge, and it's really cool to see people that have like honed one robot over so many years, and the like ability to test and iterate from like monthly tournaments is really cool to see the effect that it has on the robots themselves. And I feel like you see it the most in 12s and 3s, and they are some of the most dialed, gnarly robots. The ones at the top of those classes are just figured out, and the people that work on them aren't done, and it's cool to think how far it can get pushed in the future.
Okay. So I got two more left. Julian Papazian from Mako fame, of course, says, first off, how dare you? Not sure. He just loves starting things off with that kind of energy. Second off, what's your all-time favorite NHRL moment?
Maybe it was like Gremlin versus Mako.
I like that answer. I think we should just leave it at that.
I think that's a perfect answer for Julian.
Yes. Julian's new to being evil, and I think he'll figure it out eventually. I wish him the best.
He is listening to this right now, furious. The last question comes from someone that you know very well, from Maryland, Brandon Bennett Young, says, how excited are you about the growth of Maryland combat robotics, and what's a class do you think needs more love or needs to be brought back?
I'm super stoked on the growth of Maryland combat robotics, and I only have a little bit of FOMO about it not being a Marylander as much anymore, because I am a nutmegger now. But it's cool. It's cool. I like that what he's like established at UMD and seeing new faces under that banner. That's really cool. I like the Keziah side of stuff. The Black Cat Club presence in Maryland as well. And like the Honeycrack team as well. It's like Maryland's not that big of a state, but it has like individual scenes that are really powerful, and it's cool. It's cool. Also, baby shoes.
Baby shoes.
Hive Mania.
Yeah.
Baby shoes.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
Oh, and the last part, sorry. The class that needs to get brought back is none of them, I think, but I feel like he wants me to talk about the Mantis class, maybe.
Mantis, wait.
Because we both fought in that back at PA Bot Blast. And it was fun, but I don't know. 6-pounders? Who wants to fight 6-pounders? Just make a true walker.
Well, there you go, Brandon. So before we close out for tonight, let us stop off and see what Tony has as far as updates to our media package and our website. So, Tony, what do you want to tell our listeners about what we have going on?
All right. So on the website, we have merch. We now have a store. So hop over on the website, check out our store, buy a t-shirt, buy a hat, buy a water bottle, rep Havoc Rundown.
Buy baby shoes memorabilia.
Exactly. On our YouTube page, we've got our Havoc TV coming out every Monday now. It's an amazing throwback to that old school robotics. We have our bot of the day. So if you have a suggestion for a bot of the day, send it over and we'll feature that bot. And every one of our podcasts have now been uploaded to YouTube. So instead of hopping over to Spotify, which I know we all love, throw on YouTube and just stream through every one of our podcasts from episode 1 on. Maybe pay special attention to episode 3, where we interviewed Sam for the first time. And I think that's it for the day.
Okay. Very cool. So that's going to do it for this episode of Havoc Rundown. Huge thanks to Sam for coming back on and giving us a look at everything happening at NHRL and everything that is being built towards the Pro League and everything that's happened with his position where he is now from where he was the first time we interviewed him. It's honestly wild to see how far things have come since the last time we had you on, which was, again, December of 2023. Before we wrap, we've got to talk about something generally caught us off guard in the best way. Got that. If you're a builder, especially someone traveling to NHRL, you know the pain you need to cut a part cut, something breaks, or you want to make a last minute adjustment, and suddenly you're scrambling. That's where Custom Fabrication Accelerate comes in. These guys are a CNC laser cutting shop out of Melford, Connecticut, and they are fast. We're talking about same day turnaround, parts done in a matter of hours, not days. On top of that, their pricing is extremely reasonable, especially for the kind of speed they're delivering. But here's the part that makes it really interesting. They're only about 30 minutes from NHRL. That means if you're traveling from out of 30 minutes. That means if you're traveling from out of state, you can literally have parts cut ahead of time, show up, pick them up, and head straight to an event. No shipping delays, no guessing, no last minute panic. If one of those things where once you realize this is an option, it kind of changes how you think about prep entirely. So if you're competing or even building and want a reliable place to get parts made quickly, definitely check them out at cfalaser.com. So before we get out of here, make sure to check our website for everything Havoc Rundown. That's where you'll find our episodes, updates.
They're also usually a bit cheaper than Suncut Send. They've got AR500, and they're also really cool. So if they start getting a whole bunch of like robot materials getting cut, they'll probably stock more of them. So give them a try. I don't think we're actually sponsored or anything, but
we are not. That's why I wasn't trying to go in too much detail.
No, but if you do order from them, just put somewhere in the comments or notes that the Havoc Rundown sent you, and maybe we can get a sponsorship when they're like, oh, wow, we just got like 30 orders of things that look really, really dangerous. I don't know if we should be cutting this. Let them know.
I was talking to one of the guys that works there today, and I was like, you might see some weird things that are just sharp and pointy in odd ways. It's combat robotic stuff. Don't worry about it. Just cut it. It's fine.
Yeah, they also have a 20% off. They also have a 20% off your first order. So if you go to their website, you can get 20% off your first order. So, but yeah, it is an amazing company that we're working on, helping up and trying to get them more combat robotics business. So, so make sure to show us on social media so you don't miss any new episodes, clips, or announcements. Go to our website, go to our new merch store. Every single purchase really does help us keep this show going and continue to grow what we're building here. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with your team, your friends, your local builders, anyone who loves the sport as much as we do. And again, Sam, thank you so much for coming on. We always love talking to you. You're an amazing person to talk to. It was an amazing episode. So thank you very much for coming on and talking to us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me back. Good luck, everyone, with your fantasy teams. And I'll see everyone on May 2nd. See you soon.
Awesome. And with that, we will all see you next time. Keep the bot spinning. Everyone say goodbye to our listeners.
Bye. Goodbye. Goodbye to our listeners.